Alright, we're back. We just washed all the parts, and now we're going to do a part about showing how to put everything back together. Alright? So we're going to start with the cylinder. Alright? The cylinder is where everything happens. You're freezing, you're scraping, all that magical stuff. And Electro Freeze likes to keep it simple for you. So we got 5 parts in the cylinder. Number 1, okay? So 1 and 2. Alright? This is your rear seal. What it does is there's a hole in the back, and this covers up that hole so that it kisses it like that and seals it up and prevents stuff from going out the back. If stuff goes through that back hole for some reason, it's going to come out right here and let you know, hey, I got a leak and it's coming out. It's going to be this, all right? So number 2, we put it on, here's what we do it. We need lubrication on anything that requires an O-ring. So basically we're going to start with lube. I like to put like a pea size in here like that, and I like to put like a toothpaste size like that on the shaft. You don't need to put it here and all that stuff. Just right here like that, because that's where the seal sits. Go ahead and spread that around on the inside O-ring to help it slide. And what we're going to do is we're going to just put it on right here like that, just slide it on. You want good resistance because that means it's sealing. If it shoots right on, throw it out and replace it. But once you get it on, you should be able to spread that around 360 like that. And boom, 1 and 2, you're done. All right, we're going to go 3 and 4. 3 and 4, you got your blades, all right? They're block blades. Subtle, but the top is round, the bottom is flat and edgy, right? See that, the difference? 2 holes. As long as you have these correct, like that, you can put it like this, or like that. Doesn't matter, just don't do that.
Don't do that.
You see how it's recessed?
Uh-huh.
This is the flat side. This is the reset side. See
Okay.
it? Okay. It's supposed to drop in there. Okay.
Okay.
What you're looking for in terms of wear. Once this edge is no longer sharp, I'm imagining around like the 4 to 6 months mark. Usually it's like twice a year. Or you start getting, see how that hole is like this? If you start experiencing wear going this way, which means it starts making a cross, what you hear is there's a click in there, and then like when you put mix in there, it starts getting quiet. You do want to replace it soon because once it starts wearing odd like that, instead of being where it needs to be to scrape, it'll drop lower or sideways, and then it just won't scrape as efficiently, okay? So, 3, put it in, and then put 4, same deal, left side out, right? All the way in the hole, you're gonna turn until it drops, and then after that, you should get pretty good resistance going either way, and then that's good. So now you're all the way in. The way to test the back seal, remember it's like shaped like a cup that goes like this in the back. So if you push it, you'll have a bounce. You see that bounce? That means it's pressing back there. If there's no bounce, take it out and check it. Make sure it's not completely flattened out where you forgot to put it in. Because once you put everything in, it's gonna come out the back and you gotta take everything out to do it again. So press is good. We got 4 parts in there. The 5th one technically is gonna be aligning here. But because of alignment stuff, we usually put that on the actual door, okay? So we've got 4 parts in there. We're gonna put the 5th part right here. We're gonna go ahead and assemble the door, okay? This is your door assembly. You gotta put everything together. Start with the back. This is where this is gonna go. You're gonna notice there's a notch that lines up with that notch, and it won't fit any way except when it falls in, like that. That's what you want. You have your rear seal, your door seal right here is really big. I think you should have an extra one in that kit. I'll show you later. The job of this is to fit between the door and right here. So if you experience leakage between the metal and the door,
That's it.
this pressurized it's gonna beat out. You're gonna see it. If that's the case, place that, okay? But that being said, these do last a while. Okay. Next thing you know, we're gonna put all this together. We're gonna put the plunger. So this is where your handle goes to go up and down to dispense your mix. Same deal, anything with O-rings, you want to go ahead and put lubricant like that on there. If you're ever in doubt, you can put a little more than less because you want to be sure rather than having to take it all apart one more time, okay? With that being said, you shouldn't be going through like a tube a week or anything like that. It's way too much. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and put that in. Position is going to be the notch going towards that way. You see that C notch like this, right? Okay, and that way when you're done. The next thing we're going to put in is this hole right here. This is your prime hole, like we talked about earlier, because we can't see inside. You always want to fill it right. If you fill it right the first time and keep it filled, you'll never have any loading problems. holes right here about this level. That means when this is out and loading, when you're running the pump, it hits the level, it's gonna drip out and physically tell you, hey, I'm full, okay? What controls that is gonna be this guy right here, fits around that hole. Same deal, we got O-rings, you need lubrication. Go ahead and do that, not so much. Oop, that's okay, we'll do that in a second. Thank you. That's good. We're gonna go ahead and stick that in the hole right here. Same thing, if it goes right through, replace the O-rings, a little snug, a little resistant, that's really good. All right, so you wanna make sure you put these two in before you put on the door, because once this goes on, it won't come out.
Okay.
So if you have a little trouble getting this in, it's okay to get that lubrication and put it on the edge a little bit like that. Just a little bit, you don't need too much. Down, down. We're gonna go ahead and line this up, okay? Make sure this is in here. And the secret to getting this on to align is really just if you align the two poles right, and you just kind of, if you're not sure, just give it like a wiggle, and usually it just self-aligns onto the inside. From there, you would take both your knobs, your door bolts, attach a couple threads.
On the metal, press it in.
And then you want to do it evenly. You don't want to like cant it, right? You want to make sure it's evenly pressed in so you don't pinch anything or destroy any O-rings. If you're not lined up and it won't go in, make sure the beater inside is aligned correct. In this case, we're going on nice and even. Go until you hit a wall. That's it. You're not going to use a tool or any of that. You're going to crack it or someone else is going to have it. Just hand tight, it stops. That's good. All right. From here, we're going to go ahead and assemble everything else. Start with the handle, right? You got a little bracket here. Make sure it comes out this way. If you can't get it in, you can always pull it out. But usually, if you put it down, you should really get it in the notch. Just press it in. Right here, see that? Come in, just drop down right there, just like that. Okay. Next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take your blender. If you're not sure, the hole is near the back of the machine, okay? And that's not gonna line up. It has to be that way. Labels on the back, warnings on the front. Okay. So put it in. Put that down. I'm gonna move these around. You should go through. There we go. From there, we would get the splash shield mount. That in right here. And make sure your handle doesn't slip out like that where you're doing it. Otherwise it won't line up. From here, you can put it this way, or this way, or that way. Doesn't really matter. As long as you get it aligned, you may have to shake that a little bit to kind of get it through. And once you see it's gonna come right through there, boom, click. Now everything's nice and put together, okay? So now everything's nice and put together. See, the handle won't clip out now because it's all being locked in place with this thing right here. Then we're gonna go ahead and move on and put on your pin. You can put it this way, that way it doesn't matter. All you gotta know is this is going to hold up top, and then if you wanna look right here, there's a notch that this sits into, okay?
Yep.
So how it does is you go in the hole up top, right? And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna push it up, and you're gonna drop this down
into
the notch.
Oh, I see.
Okay. Cool. And if you do it right, what it's gonna do is it's gonna come up when you drop it, it goes back down. Okay? That helps you self-close, so if you accidentally, oh no, it's not gonna just keep spitting mix. Close it back down, okay? When you're done with that, we're gonna go ahead. Put on this splash guard right here. Take some angle to get it in, and once you get it on there, it won't fall. This can go ahead and plug right here. There's only one way it will fit. It's like a power supply for a computer connector. Oh, there we go. Oh. That way. Yeah, there you go. There we go. Boom, like that. And then top side's done now. If you hit this, you should be able to spin the blender. And as you pull it when you're serving, it should spin it as well. So top part's done. We're gonna go ahead and move down to the bottom and do the pump, okay? All right, let's get that tight. But we're gonna do this. Okay, so we're gonna come in and go ahead and do the pump. So I like to always remember, if you don't remember what to do, look at this picture right here. The small arm is where the pickup tube is always gonna be. Small arm, pickup tube, make sure these are nice and loose. If they're not, pop off the O-ring, take it off, clean it, make sure it's loose and lube and ready to go. To put everything together, I start with this right here. This is your manifold. So if you look at the picture right here, it's that guy right there. Everything up there, right? So I like to start from the left side. So this is my pickup tube. There's an O-ring, so we're gonna go ahead and put a little dab of lubricant on that. Spread it around, and it's just like that. And this will lock it in place so it's free spinning but sealing at the same time, okay? We're gonna put this boot on here because that's gonna cover the hole in the cover. And this is a one-way duct valve. So this is important because it prevents backflow into your tank. If I can get it out. There you go. So circle on one side and duct quack quack on the other side, right? This is a one-way valve, so basically if I pop it in and I'm putting mix in there, what happens is it'll come up, but when the gravity comes down, it won't go through that valve. It's just one way, okay? So now with the manifold, the next thing we're gonna add on is this guy right here. This is your air meter. What this does is it puts air to meet into here as it sucks the mix in. Just make sure this is tight so you don't have any air leaks. Just suck up more air than you need to. And if you ever find that you're deforming, getting dry, just snip it, just continue until you're out, order more if you need to. You guys are using a number 12, okay? You have a couple extra ones in the bag, so that way you can keep your overrun nice and where you need it to be, okay? So 1, 2, this meets up here, and then from here it feeds into the pump. This is called your red line hose, okay? There's a red line on it. To remember it, what it does is, if you put the red line towards you, when you do it, it smiles at you. But the newer stuff is a gray line, same thing, just not as pronounced, but same thing. Make it smile at you and you'll be good. I'm gonna go ahead and clamp this guy on here. There's a lip, if you can see. I'm gonna put it above the lip. Like that, okay?
That's a nice clamp.
There we go. Just like that, okay? So from here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this braided line. So after this rolls through the pump, this braided line is gonna feed from here into this tube, which feeds to the top. So same thing, I'm gonna secure this one here with another clamp. Make sure it's tight, but not too tight where you cut the hose. Because if you do that, then you'll start leaking and losing pressure, and that's not good. Okay, here we go. Tighten that. There we go. So from here, I like to install this whole thing, and it'll be a little tight, but I'm going to show you what I'm going to do, okay? So I'm going to put this right here on top where it sits in that little thing. I'm going to show you real quick. Let me see if I can use the light as well. Hold on. How's this? Perfect. That's good?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to notch it into this notch here. You have another one right here. This is your air pickup. You're going to go ahead and put that right here. It's going to hold it in, like, out of the way. Just press right in. From here, this will act like a holding spot, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put lubricant on this section because this is where it goes over the rollers. Something like that. All I got to do is just up and down because that's where it's going to be. Then what you're going to do is you're going to use this as like a handle to leverage up and notch it in there. So you see, it's a little tight, but gonna UE it around. Just move it up. There we go. So you see how now we're tight like that?
Yep.
But make sure it's not only on the edge or the edge. You want it centered because otherwise it'll catch the roller and not roll, and it'll give you an error. After that, you're gonna make sure it's lubricated. It's gonna move, but on the center. Move that up, drop this down, close that up. You're gonna spin this until it hits a wall. This may not close all the way, but as long as you hit that wall, it'll stop, and that's it. So it gives it boop, 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 okay? Before I put this on, you need a clamp, but also you need the cover. This is very important. This lets you kind of look through it so you can see if it's moving. If you're troubleshooting, you can be like, oh, the pump is moving. So we can figure out stuff like, is it a suction issue or that sort of thing. But very important on this is also there's a magnet in here. So when you put it on, it's in position, tell a safety switch that we're covered and we can run. so that this will not run without the cover. Just pure safety, because if that thing goes and your fingers in there, it ain't stopping. Okay, so put this right here on the hole, align that. Boom. From here, we're gonna get the last stuff right here.
There's another clamp right there.
Ah, okay. Oh, we'll cover that later. But basically, you're gonna put this right here, and this is the last one to go up. That feeds up to the top of the machine cylinder. So you're gonna put that over the lip. Same thing. Put this over right here, and tighten it. Same thing. Tight enough to hold, but not to cut. There we go. Nice and tight. Everything's all together. Alrighty. So at this point, we're gonna be ready to run sanitizer through the machine, and I'm gonna show you how to purge it out, and we're gonna be making milkshakes soon. See you later.